Test and sound.
I hear you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, got an email that Chairman Black is unable to attend the meeting. Is there a member of the committee that can step up, the deputy or treasurer or secretary of the committee?
There's a message in the chat from
Chris Kiefer?
Yeah, hi. I don't know if there are other TPAC members on this call. I'm scrolling through the list right now. Looks like mostly staff and comment reps. So I think we're going to have to proceed without having a quorum, which means we'd just be hearing reports, if that's okay with everybody.
That's fine with the transportation.
All right.
Time is coming.
Okay. Well, we'll proceed that way then. Does anyone have any record? Oh, let's call meeting to order at 4:07. Okay, no quorum. And Mr. Merlin, I'll ask you, I don't know if you or anybody else on your staff has received any public comments. Can't speak for TPAC, but
No public comments.
okay. All righty, we'll record none. Next up would be a report from OSBO.
Good evening. Sorry about that. Thanks, Chris. We are obviously at about 120 SLBEs, with the concentration being on the professional side and the construction services side. We are coming off of our 5th annual Engage Richland business forum that we had last week. We had a little over 150 that we can come up with. We think we're missing about 18 or 19 people, but the great thing about the business forum this year was that we had a number of new businesses. So we've got a lot of interest in certifications. So we're looking to add over the next couple of weeks, probably a good 10 to 15 additional SLBEs to our database. So we're really, really excited about that. And we had a lot of great feedback reference the conference this year. So for us, our goal is growing the SLBE database through a lot of our outreach events. We've got a new team member, LaSasha Richland, who is on with us, who is our business development outreach person. So LaSasha has a lot of great ideas and is great with business development and outreach. So look forward to increasing the numbers as far as that SLBE directory and being able to offer a diverse pool for members of the different county departments.
Thanks, Pam. Any questions for OSBO? Okay. If not, Pam, congratulations y'all on the 120 SLBEs. I remember when it used to be half that amount.
Right, Chris.
And congratulations on another successful Engage Richland event. I know that's a big deal for y'all every year, and look forward to getting some more SLBE certified. So
All right,
congratulations,
thanks,
y'all.
appreciate it.
Yep. Okay, next up we have a report from the comment.
Hello, everyone. I will be starting with the comments report on the 3rd page of our package, which is for the new bus stop amenities. So on that particular page, we'll start with the completed sites. There were no completed sites for the amenities. And we had one shelter that was complete, that was approved, and 3 benches that were approved. And for the sites currently under permit review, we had 2 shelters and 2 benches. So the sites in design, there were 4 shelters and 11 benches. And as you can see, for those amenities, Davis and Floyd they've provided detailed information for each stop, for each bench, for each shelter, so that you would know what's going on as far as the status. And if you have any questions about any of those locations, Mr. Zane McGee is on the call, and he will answer any question that you may have for any one of those locations. Okay, next in the report will be item B, which will be our ridership. So starting with the month of August, we had 136,820 riders. August of last year was 150,627. So the ridership decreased by 9.16% compared to August. And I know in the package it says July, that's a typo. So the comparison is from August of last year to August of this year. On the next page of that report, the previous month comparison. Again, for August of this year, 136,820. Last month, the month prior to that, which was July, it was 123,381. And that was a 10.89% increase for the 2 months. So the next page is the average daily ridership, and this report actually shows the monthly ridership for each month, January through July. And it also shows the average daily ridership for those same months. The next page of the report is a Gamecock ridership. 465 total passenger boardings for July, and the difference of 191 passengers compared to June. And in July, they were still on reduced service because school wasn't in yet. So normally we run 10 routes, and when they're on reduced service, it's down to 3 routes. Okay, the next report are our finances. Miss Rosalind Andrews is on the call if you have any questions as far as the finances and the DBE contributions. Are there any questions for the comments report? If not, then that ends my report.
All right. Thank you very much, Jackie. It's good to see that the ridership, I would expect, will go up with the return students.
Yes, it will.
So yeah, looking forward to that. But thank you very much for
Thank
the
you.
very thorough report.
Thank you.
Next up, Mr. Maloney in transportation update.
Well, thank you. I'm just going to give some highlights, and then I do have something I'd like to try to present that would be coming over the system. But starting out, we've got items coming up for transportation ad hoc. That's on the 26th of September. And that would be the transportation plan overall for the county. And then the Alpine Road resurfacing and sidewalk project. That's award of construction. And then the next thing that'll be coming up in the following month will be Dirt Road Package O for the October meeting, and anything else that would come along. Some good news, Broad River Road widening is, one of the larger projects we have that had been in design. We have our project manager, William Thomas, with us. He was able to garner a conditional authorization to proceed with land acquisition. That's a conditional because DOT is still reviewing the 60% plans in certain responses that we've had through our OET. We got conditional approval, so we were able to put together a package of acquisitions that are necessary along the roadway. It's not all of them, and we are meeting with our OET to get a complete listing so that when we go into council, we have a good idea of what is going to happen and what needs further action. But that's proceeding with acquisition and negotiations. We also, Michael Green, you're out there. Did you get your, I think it's Sunset Sidewalk, got an authorization to proceed to construction?
Yes, we got authorization to proceed, and we sent all the documents to procurement, And we're waiting on them to review everything and get a schedule together as far as pre-bid date, bid date, award date, all of those dates. They're working on them now.
Okay, that sounds good. And the procurement's been great to work with, and they've got a lot of professionals over there that have been helping us get projects out the door into bidding and then to construction after contracting. So they've been doing a really good job. That's been a great department to work with. I think those are the big highlights of things that have changed on the projects. I know Percival Road sidewalk is very close to getting its ATP. Our last coordination meeting last week with SCDOT, they indicated they'd be ready to get us an ATP on that. We haven't seen that yet. That's another important connector sidewalk on a busy road. So we'd be putting that out to bid as soon as we get that. I had a call from member Eva Prelo. She was having a connection problem trying to get connected to the meeting, but I don't see her.
I'm on now, Mike.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's see. Share screen. I don't know if I don't think I'm being asked where I want to share or what I want to share. Is that being shared as far as September 18th, 2023?
Yes.
Okay. Eva, this is something that the committee asked, particularly yourself, in our June meeting. This is NIPs. It's a work in progress, so that's why I haven't put it out. But it's a breakdown of NIPs. And I say that as far as project by project, some of these don't have budgets where they were perhaps bid out as a singular project. At that time, the independent breakdown of the projects becomes just whatever the bid is. So it's all one bid, for instance. At the top of the list, we have Candlewood Neighborhood Improvement Project, and that shows breakdowns. That's something I'm looking into, but the bottom line is it was about a $2 million project, and that is completed. This does list out, and the most important part is you were asking what are the roads. So Harrington Drive, Spring Breeze Drive, Concourse Drive, North Chateau Drive, Arcola Drive, for instance, are the projects included as far as roads getting improved. The second project, Broad River Neighborhood, was completed. That project was Clement Road, Pearl, Brewer, Wellesley, and Hart. So those are mostly sidewalk projects along each one of those roads. And that is completed in full. CERN, Southeast neighborhood, Southeast Regional Neighborhood was the Garner Connector and its shared use paths, sidewalk connections. That was completed with extra budget available. So where phase 2 is sidewalk, that is Rabbit Run along the mostly the northerly or westerly side of the road. And that was the original budget for CERN. And so I think what we had there was the project came in at about 5.7 million. And so we're working within that frame for the phase 2 sidewalk. Broad River Corridor, Michael Green is working on that one right now. Rather than neighborhood sidewalks, this is the corridor of Broad River. So you're seeing here St. Andrews Road intersection, U-turn at Seminole and Marley, Bush River Road intersection, and Greystone Boulevard intersection. Those are improvements out on the road. A lot of that is to provide improved safety, cut down on cross traffic in the middle of the blocks coming in and out of businesses, and then doing things to better resolve that. So that project is in design, and I believe its right-of-way plans are being reviewed. Crane Creek Neighborhood Improvement Plan, that again, coming up is Blue Ridge Terrace, Crane Creek Church Road, Dakota Road, Hayward Brockington Road, Lincolnshire North, Seagull Lane, and Roberson. So those are multiple sidewalk locations that are all quite lengthy within the neighborhood there of the Crane Creek Greater Neighborhood. And that project is in design. Trento Acres Newcastle NIP. We're meeting with the OET in the next couple of weeks. The projects are Shakespeare Road, Humphrey Road, Nancy Road, Westmore, Sprott, Claudia, and Warner. And this is a kind of an early estimate we saw for the project, 5.6 million. That's in design. Decker Woodfield, Brookfield, Chadsworth Connector. Those are two more. We're at our coordination meeting. And Hunt Club Road, that the DOT indicated that they would be giving us a authorization to proceed. So we're waiting for those to get out to bid. Then there's also Fairway Nice Road. Now Nice Road is completed. Decker Signal Improvement and Boundary Road are projects that were identified on the neighborhood plan. And then if I added up where our estimates and completions are at right now, and I put a inflation factor on the 41.8 million, I'd be at 50.2 million. The original referendum amount is 63 million, leaving a additional contingency of 12.7 million. So that's where we stand on the neighborhood improvement plan projects right now.
So Director Maloney, the additional contingency, the 12,000, is that,
12 million.
12 million, is that what's remaining available for use?
It potentially will be because of I've already have a 20% inflation factor on it. But at this time, yeah, I wouldn't reprogram that, but it could be, that's something to look at in the future.
I had a very lengthy conversation with Senator Jackson today about sidewalks. So this is great. So it'll lead into it. One of the areas of concern is the Joe Frazier, I think it's Joe Frazier Road and Bluff, heading in that direction, going toward Bluff Road. With his constituents walking along that road, it's a lot of foot traffic. And so that's an area he asked if we could have your staff go out and I guess investigate or assess that area for possibility of consideration of a sidewalk going in that section. Now, I don't know if that would be the penny tax or SCDOT, but one of the things he asked if I would speak with you and perhaps you and him talk about it, and so we can determine whether it is something that would be funded by penny or a combination thereof, like SCDOT and some other funding sources.
Yes, that would be good to talk about. We're always looking for projects. I know the council districts are also going to be looking at that as well, as far as what sidewalks haven't been getting done. Well, we're going to get a study going on all the deficiencies around the county that we need to look at.
Mm-hmm.
There is a TAP grant, and they're always, there's always an annual application with those, but that's something I know we want to look at as far as that, because it's a good outside funding source to help augment things like the penny and the SCDOT's gas tax.
Okay. All right. I'll follow up with you on the coordination with Senator Jackson so we can speak with him about the process or the possibility of when you're going out and assessing other needs in the community for sidewalks.
Very good.
Thank you.
Do that. stop my share. Any other questions regarding our report?
Great report, by the way. Thank you for that additional information.
You bet. Just FYI, another great department at Richland County is that has really ramped up and has been helping us out over the last year is Public Information Office or Communications Office. They're really helping with kind of what we have to do to educate the public about what we're doing. There's a Facebook page and there's YouTube videos that you can find. I believe it's on the county's YouTube site that kind of indicate, some of the projects that we have in progress or have completed, and just revisiting those and why they're, what they're doing and how they're holding up. And so that's out there. Any other questions?
Not a question, but just a comment. And again, a shout out to PIO and you, Mr. Maloney, for I know that there was a Facebook post, or I think it was on Facebook, about the a couple road resurfacing projects in the summit. And it made it very clear that it was public works project as opposed to a penny project. And I think it's important for people to know that there's a difference between the two. I don't know if people got that, but if you read everything that was in that announcement, you would have saw that that's a public works project, not a penny project.
Right, and thank you for pointing that out. The penny did build, reconstruct parts of that area. So the signal at Summit Drive and Summit
Yes.
Parkway was put in by the penny.
Yes.
And then the section of Summit Parkway from that signal on Summit Parkway going down to Clemson was a big penny project. So Public Works is able to pick it up from that point and then going over to Hardscrabble Road, which is quite a lengthy area.
Yeah.
With a lot of help from CTC's C Fund.
Yes, that'll be good. All right. I think that was all we had in terms of reports. Were there any other questions from anybody before we move on? Okay. So in other business, the only thing listed here is our next scheduled meeting is October 16th. So please put that on your calendar so you have it and watch for the invitation from transportation folks. And unless there are any other comments, questions, announcements, I think we're ready to adjourn.
This is Sean Greenwood from the City of Forest Acres. I just wanted
Yes, sir.
to let y'all know that City Council did actually identify a citizen who would like to serve on this board, and his name is Matthew Morrison. And I'm going to get his information to the staff so they know how to include him from now on these. And was also just wondering if there is someone particularly I could point him to who can kind of give him a rundown of things to this point. Someone who can give a pretty good synopsis of what's going on, and then so he's at least a little bit caught up for the next meeting.
I do volunteer to give him kind of an up to speed kind of training session if he needs that, and that would be something I can do. As far as the committee appointments and all that, I'll check into that as well and make sure he's recognized for that.
Okay, I'll send you that information.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. All right. If there are no other comments or questions or anything, then can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Hello, this is Candace Patman. I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
Second.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, that means we're adjourned at 4:32. Thank you, everybody, for your participation today. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.